Lance Hornby and Terry Koshan here at the Air Canada Centre. A very quiet ACC, Terry, made more so by that pretty flat ending by the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, you know what, Lance? Leafs didn't have a great start, but they did take over this game through the second period and well into the third. Goals by JVR and Willie Nylander in the second period had the Leafs looking good. Frandy Anderson was playing well. And then a weird bounce for Columbus late in the game, and then less than 2 minutes later, a rare mistake by Morgan Riley. Puck ends up at the back of the net, and then, of course, once you get to overtime, anything can happen. And Artemi Panarin scored that strange goal, in OT. So the Leafs usually they've got these losses out of their system, Lance. That's not happening very often. It still bothered Mike Babcock that it did later on. But you know what? They have one game to go down this homestand against Ottawa Wednesday, and I think they'll be able to get this out of their system quite quickly.
Well, Ron Hainsey, an interesting point. He says when you're on a long homestand like this, Maple Leafs 6 in a row altogether, as Terry alluded to, you should have maybe a better start, especially against a team that played last night. Just another, kind of learning curve for the Maple Leafs tonight, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And again, it'll eat away at Babcock that the start wasn't better. I mean, Columbus played at 5 o'clock on Sunday, so they get into Toronto not overly late Sunday night, Lance. The fact of the matter is they did play. Now, Sergei Bobrovsky played in that game against Florida. They won, and then he comes back in here and has another great game tonight, 24 hours later. So the Leafs did run up against a hot goaltender as well. I just thought that once they got rolling, they looked good. And a couple of oddities happened toward the end of the game, and that's that.
Well, the Leafs have one more game, as Terry mentioned, against the Ottawa Senators coming up before they take a 5-day break and play the St. Louis Blues. And the Senators coming to town is usually the tonic for the Maple Leafs to get fired up for another start. From the Air Canada Centre, Lance Hornby and Terry Koshan for Postmedia.